Okay, so this is my final update because I did actually receive an answer from one of the three people that I sent a message to. I did receive an answer to the question that I asked. So I'm just going to be showing you that answer. I'm right now in my Discord studio. As I pointed out earlier, I did send a message to three people. J. Robin was one of them, which I'm looking at right now. Okay, J. Robin, and he never answered the question. All right, the second person was Otangelo. Okay, and he also never answered the question. The third person, who was the atheist, his name is 𝐜𝐴LTOID, he did answer the question. All right, so the question, let me go back to that first day. Here it is. So the question is it still his position that he has knowledge that he cannot be wrong about? This includes any of the points of knowledge that he has already said in previous chats that he can't be wrong about. Now I'm going to read the answer that I received. I think that was yesterday. Okay. Well, it was on the 25th. Excuse me. That was 2 days ago. So here is the answer. Alrighty. I asked him if he himself has some knowledge that he can't be wrong about. And after a while of telling me my mic sucks, I need to go to the store and buy a better mic, and others pitching in telling me my mic is bad, something I don't get from any other voice chat I'm in, I asked if my words could be heard, and they could hear what I was saying. After a while of that charade, I got a weak answer that God just reveals that knowledge to everybody. All right? Now, that's a very interesting answer. It's, of course, consistent with what Darth said, depending on which version of Darth you are watching, okay? But he did previously say that everyone is born with this particular knowledge, right? Now, I want to go back a little bit, and I want to first define what Darth said about continuity, that word continuity, okay? Because that's the key to all of this. So I'm going to show a couple clips here that talk about Darth's position or what he has claimed about continuity. Okay, here are those clips.
What is it that is absolute and unchanging or invariant that institutes and secures the continuity known as laws of nature? Okay. Now, when we talk about physics, that's just a fancy way of talking about continuity. Now, in order for the laws of nature to be real, something in and of itself must be invariant that imposes and sustains the continuity, otherwise known as the laws of nature.
Okay, so as you just heard, Darth, he equates continuity with two things. He says that it's the same as physics, and he also says it's the same as the laws of nature. Okay, now the question would be, what would happen if somebody denies or does not accept continuity? You know, if they don't embrace that idea. Well, Darth was asked that. So here, this next clip, he's going to give the answer as to what are the ramifications of that. Okay, here's that clip.
Either continuity exists, you will identify directly or indirectly that it exists, or you don't. Now, if you do not claim that there's continuity, then you have no basis for intelligibility. The unity and diversity in existence. If you say that God is not needed, then the question is is there actual continuity in existence amongst all of the diversity of particulars? Because without any continuity, right, without regularity and uniformity, you're not going to be able to make sense of things. I told you what.
Okay, so you heard Gary. He said a couple things. He said that if you do not claim continuity, you do not have any basis for intelligibility, and also you will not be able to make sense of things. Okay, beautiful. Now, I'm going to play you a little clip. This is where Gary was actually asked. You know, he was in a group and they were talking, and he was asked, does he think that there is continuity in the universe? Now listen to his answer. All right, and just a reminder now, this is information, or this is knowledge that Darth says everyone is born with. Okay?
I'm not going to go by what you say. I'm going to ask the man himself. He's here.
Okay, good. And you just confirmed that that is correct. This is how poorly Ask an Atheist Sydney reasons.
Now why do you say that? Well, let's hear your argument against it.
Because you believe induction can give you answers of certainty.
I said that physics is the same everywhere in the universe. Why is that not correct?
I didn't say that was not correct. I said you can't substantiate that.
So it is correct.
No.
And if it is correct, why should I substantiate it?
Yeah, if you're not saying
okay, you see what I'm dealing with here, Dex? I'm dealing here with adults who have the mind of teenagers.
Well, do you think that's a correct or incorrect statement?
It is an unsubstantiated claim that Sydney has made that physics is the same everywhere.
What do you think?
Well, what I think is that the Christian God exists, and He has revealed Himself, and He has revealed that He has made it. Okay. Well, I don't know that physics is the same everywhere in the universe. But what?
Okay, so you heard him say that he didn't know. So, on one hand, he's saying that everyone knows this. Everyone is born with it, with this knowledge, and no one can think otherwise. But then when he was directly asked about it, he said he didn't know. And remember, that was the answer that I got just recently. You're looking at it right now. It says God just reveals that knowledge to everybody. Yet, he said he didn't know. Okay, so I'll accept that. And according to Darth himself, he said that if you don't claim that, you can't make sense of things, and you also have no basis for intelligibility. Beautiful. Gary, thank you for that. I really appreciate it. Okay, thank you for listening. Please subscribe.
It is to be insane is to embrace contradictions, right? What do schizophrenics do? Schizophrenics constantly are offering propositions that are ultimately contradictory, and then when you point out the contradictions, it's water off a duck's back. When they